Hi my loves. So at the moment I have a twitchy eye and it has been like this for the past week and it's really starting to annoy me, but I wanted to come on here and do this video, so hopefully it's not going to distract me too much. But I remember in a video I said I wouldn't really do any edging to my decks, and lately I took the plunge and started doing that. So the first deck that actually called out to me to get edged was the Messenger Oracle. I was thinking about giving this deck up, mainly because I never worked with it anymore, and one night I just started to feel like the call to edge it, and once I started to just everything fell into place. I started to bond with the deck again and all the images stood out to me, and I just love it. I really love how the energy is working now. So obviously that is what the back is, and now this is what the edges look like, and I'm really happy with how it all turned out. And I can't remember the names of these inks that I used, so I will be leaving them in the description box below. And it's a really good match as well excuse me, for the colour as well and the shade. I was really surprised, and I was actually really surprised with how easy in a way that it is to edge these decks, especially when they are glossy. I understand now what people mean about if you make a mistake when edging, you can just wipe it away. I really did appreciate doing it on these first. So that is this deck. The other deck that I have edged is the gorgeous vintage Wisdom Oracle. I'll just get it out of the box. So that's what they are, and then that is now how they look. I was thinking about trying to get a coppery colour or metallic-y style colour to just do in a few places to give it that more vintage look, but right now I'm not too sure, and I'm not that confident at the moment with the edging, so I'm just gonna leave that out for now. And the last deck that I've done is the Wheel of the Year, and I've obviously done it a gorgeous orange colour to match the border around here, and I absolutely love it. I've always, since I received this deck, I felt like it was a very summer solstice energy going on, and with the border I just wanted it to show that in a way, the edges, so that's why it's this colour, and I definitely feel like it pops out now, and yeah, I just love it. I really do. But since doing all these edging, I have realised that this year I've been in the mood and inspired to do a lot of projects for myself, such as my Book of Shadows that I'm still working on. And I feel like I've just got the itch this year to start projects and see where it takes me and try new things and all that. And I wanted to do another one. So I have plenty of journals lying around the house, or notebooks lying around, that I get for under £5. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but when I see something like a cheap notebook, I just buy it and then I wonder what I'm doing with it, so I just leave it and then I find a pile of them. This time I managed to find this gorgeous notebook. It was actually in Lidl for £1.99, and I think I got it earlier on this year or last year or something, and it's just been sitting here. And a few nights ago I started to dream about this notebook, about what was going to go into it and how I was going to design it and everything like that. And I just started to fall in love with that idea, and I wanted to go ahead and actually go for it. And I have started to work on it, to sort of redesign the pages in a way. And before I finished, I actually wanted to come on here and show you like what was going on and stuff like that. And also, the reason I have this piece of paper behind, I don't know if you can see it with it being messy and all that. This is pretty much the paper that I have down when I'm doing inks, so if there's anything wrong I can just scrape it on here, as you can see. But yeah. So I had an idea to do this as a herbal journal, but not just an ordinary herbal one. I wanted to focus more on the herbs and the plants and the trees and the resin and things like that that I personally work with, and that is based in my country, except for the resin, which is just going to be general resin style types and all that. But I wanted to focus more on ones that I personally work with and in my country, because they're the ones that I will be using often and will see most likely in my country. And I want to start bringing that more into my practice, which I pretty much am. I'm working more on what is close to my heart, or where I'm surrounded, or where my ancestry comes from. So why not do that with the herbs and plants that I work with? So that is what I'm going to try and do. I have decided I do not like the pages in this book, the colour, since started to doing the edging of decks. And so that's what I wanted to show you what I've done. I'll try and find you that is pretty much what they look like when I bought it, and to me that is just bland and it's boring, and I wanted to do something to the pages to make it more exciting in a way. And I know a lot of people do tea dyeing or tea stain to the pages, but to me, I've heard that doing that can cause the page and the paper to disintegrate a lot quicker, because of all the acid and things like that are naturally in teas and stuff, so it can be harmful to the page. I'm not 100% certain about that, I just heard it some time ago. But I didn't want that to happen to these pages, not just yet, so I thought I would go with a ink that resembled tea and go ahead and do that. I managed to pick up Tim Holtz Distress Ink in tea dye. I kind of wish that he did more varieties of tea dyes, because obviously with different kinds of tea you get different colours. Like green tea, you get more of a greeny colour, strawberry you get more of a reddy pinky tint, and I think that would be really nice to bring out. And that was what I was wanting to do. I was wanting a more green tint to my pages to match the herbal side of it, the greenery. But I'm really loving the way this is looking on here. And I also went and got the antique linen as well, because I didn't want the whole page to be just that one colour. I wanted to add variety to it and all that. So that is obviously what they look like when I first got it, and now that is pretty much... Am I holding... Nope. There. I'm hoping that you can see it alright in this light, but it's such a difference from that, find a blank one, that to that. That looks so much better and I'm loving it. And I'm just putting the tea stain, basically tea dye ink around the edges and blending it more inwards and all that, and then adding the antique linen in some of the places, so it's not going to be covering it all. It's just to add that little bit more effect and all that. And I've also started to do the edges as well, so that's what they look like. And I'm thinking about the green that I used for the Messenger Oracle. I'm thinking about adding some of that green in here as well, to just give it that sort of mouldy style to it, which I'm really enjoying, in the look of books and all that, just to give it that more effect and all that. I don't know, I'm just playing around. So yeah, that is what I'm doing, and as you can see, some of the pages I have started to do. I find that working in these corners the most difficult bit, so what I thought I would do was just start working on this area throughout the book, and then afterwards work on the other areas, because obviously there are a lot of pages for me to work on, and so it's going to take me some time. Excuse me. It's over. Ooh. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Oh, the tea went down the wrong way. But yeah. Oh no, now I've got the giggles. So yeah, that is, it's gonna take me some time to do these pages, but I thought I would come on here and actually show you a little bit of how this actually happens. So I'm trying to figure out where I got up to, and what I'm enjoying as well is there are a lot of live chats and videos that go past the hour mark and things like that on from people that I watch on YouTube, and I normally save those for a later date when I'm cleaning, but I thought I would go ahead and watch those while I'm doing this, and it's really good. I'm finding that it's going a lot more quicker when I've got something else going on in the background, so it's not too tedious and all of that for me. But yeah, what I use to blend out the ink so it's not too harsh is this. I think I showed you these in my Bigger Shadows video, but I can't remember. But oh my god. I have no idea what happened in that tea, but yeah. All this is, it's like Velcro, and you can just, no, I was gonna say all you need to do is peel it off simply, but for me it's not gonna work that way, because obviously they have stapled it to here, and you need to watch out, like what I just found out. I started to peel up this bit, so you just gotta be that bit careful that you don't rip it all off, because then you can't really, well I guess you can, you could probably staple it back on. Just checking. No, the staple's in there really sturdy. But I guess you could staple it back on if you did end up breaking this, but that's all this is. And I know you can get more of a rectangle one, but they only had this shape in here at the time, so I went ahead and got that one. And they do come with spare discs as well, but that's just simply what I do. Trying to get it actually more on, and that did not go on right. But yeah, that's what I use to blend out. And then all I simply do, and I have no idea now what's going on with my voice, it's just breaking up all the time, so I'm sorry about that. But all I do is simply press it in there and then start working, and I don't know if I should zoom in a little bit for you to see. But that's all I simply do, and at the moment it doesn't look that well because it's just one spot. But once you get in there, it will start to look better. And if you wanted to, you could press it down harder. You can press the sponge in as much as you want to get the shade that you want, but for me personally, I just use it once because I don't want to make it too dark at the moment. And then if you want it darker, you can always go over it again. It's totally up to you how you work it or how you want it. So yeah, that is pretty much. And to get into the edge, the crease, I just put a little bit on the edge of the thingy, the disc, and then work that in and slide it across. I'm not even sure you're seeing this, but I'm pretty sure most of you will know how to do this. And then, and it doesn't matter if you make, like, if you end up stamping it somewhere else, it's just gonna add that effect to the paper that you want, and you never get an even surface anyways with the actual tea bag anyways, so it's just adding that little bit more effect to the page, and just, yeah. And also you will probably notice that the page will go fold in on itself and crumple up. Some people will be upset about that, but for me personally, I don't mind it, and I'll show you the page that it happened on. Yeah, zoom you out again. I don't know if you can see that well, but this one, it crumpled up a little bit. It folded up and properly did it there, but I don't mind, because again, it just adds that something to the journal, and I just really am loving this at the moment. But yeah, obviously if you don't want that to happen, you just gotta really press down and hope for the best that it doesn't happen to you or to the page. And once I have worked around the edges, I go ahead with the antique linen and with the same sponge really, and then go in the middle and then spread it out so I can blend out a bit more of the harsher edges around the border and things like that, just to make it blend in a lot more and things like that. But that is pretty much how I am doing this to the pages, and as you can see, it is going to take some time to complete all of them, so I'm not going to sit here with the video, the camera, and bore you all with it. So once, I'm trying as well not to show my fingers as well, because I know some people get creeped out about the way my fingers are. So yeah, I'm a bit self-conscious about that, so I apologise about that, but actually no, I don't apologise about that, because it's me, it's my fingers. I can't help the way my fingers go, or what I have with them. It's just me, it's just part of my conditions and all that, so yeah. So yeah, this is just like that. I didn't want that just to have a straightish line. I mean, you could do this all over the, You could do this all over the page if you wanted to, but I don't know. So that is pretty much done, I think. And then the antique linen, just wiping any excess off. And then now with this, oh, you might see it. See, I just really blend it out. And I'm not working in any sort of area, I just put it anywhere really where I want to put it, or where I feel there may be a harsher line, because I still want some of that paper, the blank paper, to actually come through. That line right there that I feel is too harsh. But yeah, that is, I feel like that is too harsh, because I did 2 pumps then on there, but I normally just do 1, but you can see the sort of effect and what I'm talking about with this, and most of you will probably know more about this than me, but that is what the page looks like afterwards. So I'm going to stop the video here before my voice breaks even more, and I'm going to finish doing this, but it's probably going to take me some time to get all these pages done, so I will be back with another video showing you the results and more what I've done with the book. So yeah, I just thank you to everyone for all the patience as well for me uploading videos and things. I know I'm not one of the regulars that post videos, and so it can be kind of annoying wondering if I'm gonna ever do videos again, but thank you for those that have stuck by and just stick by me and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop now because I'm really starting to get tired, and this eye is really annoying me as well. So I'm gonna leave it here. I love you all and thank you all so much, and I will speak to you in another video. Bye.